People say 10,000 hours. You gotta spend 10,000 hours to get to a professional level of anything. I don't believe that. You can accelerate that process by the effort that you put in. If you do 10,000 hours spaced among like 10 years, are you gonna get good professionally? I don't know. Not nearly as much as if you did 10,000 hours in a smaller amount of time. And even less hours if while you're doing those hours, you are concentrating like crazy, right? Like as if this is all that's in your world. This is all that matters. You're not thinking about dinner tonight. You're not thinking about whatever. It's just getting better. It's just concentrating on making that thing how you see it in your head or whatever you're working on.
I think slowing down also helps.
Oh, I love that.
That's kind of like
I love how you went the
That's how
exact opposite, It's like,
so yeah, there's
so
definitely
true.
like two ways. Yeah, and in the end it is balance.
totally. But yeah, I love how you went totally the opposite direction, and it makes so much sense. I find sometimes if I let myself rest a couple days and then I try to do push-ups again or whatever, they actually got easier, right? Because you just gave yourself like a day or a day and a half to recover. Painting, same thing. You know what? A lot of times I like to paint more than one thing at the same time. I don't know about you, but I like to do that because when things get slower with the one painting, I just jump onto the other painting. I'm looking at it with fresh eyes, and then I know exactly what to do next.
Yeah, I tend to do that. I have like many things kind of floating around, hopping one to the other, and it's kind of nice because then once you go back to the original one, you see all the things that you learned from the previous painting.
Something else is that when you're working on a painting for a while and then you finish it and you don't have another painting that you're kind of like you've already started, it's hard to start a new painting, isn't it?
It is. I guess it's like the whole motion of like, okay, I gotta think of an idea, I gotta think of a composition. Oh, what am I gonna put in it? And I think that's the heavy lifting part. It's hard. That's kind of like the meat of the painting, is a story and idea.
I remember when I graduated school, I did my short film, and how many people were like, oh man, I'm gonna do another short film. And none of them did. None of them, right? Because it's such a daunting thing to do. And sometimes on a shorter scale anyways, that's kind of like what it's like for a more daunting kind of painting. Once you're done, it's like so much harder to start another.
Yeah.
So if you're always starting, if you always have multiple things starting, you finish one, you look at the other three things that are like at different stages of completeness. In this video, you might have watched it and thought, how's he doing this? This doesn't look natural. Well, it isn't. I wasn't able to actually record the process of painting this, so I just kind of showed it in a more kind of imaginative way. But if you are interested in art, if you are interested in learning how I paint, how I draw, I also teach on Schoolism.com, where I teach with many of the best artists in the industry.